Alright, welcome back everyone, Zaff here. Hope you enjoyed the brand new intro. As you know, I get questions every single day regarding what stats are the current meta, so let's cover that. There's a lot of brand new players coming because of Season 2 of the anime, so I also want to show the brand new players what stats they should be using when it comes to whether you're brand new, whether you're a veteran player, or whether you're doing certain game modes. Your stat loadouts will change, so I do want to make that very important distinction for you. You can't use all the same stats for a game mode. Well, I guess you can, but that wouldn't be optimal. Don't forget, you can reset your stats, so it doesn't really matter what you choose, but make sure you do incorporate the loadouts I mentioned. That way, you at least are efficient and you don't have to keep resetting over and over again. This does cost gold, and as you know, we do need a lot of gold in this game. 46 million, yeah, that's not enough. But I do want to cover something really quick, that being Netmarble's free supporter program. If you were sporting before, your support was reset for the brand new season, so make sure, go to the link down below, press that juicy red button. That way, I can send you a bunch of free codes like the ones you see here. It takes about a day for me to send out the code, so just support, don't think, and that way you can get all those juicy benefits. And also, if you are supporting us, make sure to join our Discord server. That way you can participate in all these giveaways here, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You do not want to miss out. But of course, speaking of Discord, a big congrats to Andres for getting the first comment to our last video. Enjoy that juicy Discord role as your reward. So let's go to the stats here. I do want to cover first the stat loadout I use. It is not conventional because it is pretty much a brand new stat loadout. What I do is I run 200 points into intelligence, so I put 190 here and 10 from the base. This is meta for me, and I'll explain why. I also go around 120 into perception, boosting up our precision stat, and lastly, all the other points, the 345 I have here, all go into strength because we obviously want to boost our attack stat up all the way to make sure we get that attack scaling in. But do you touch vitality or agility? No, never touch these stats. JINWOO never ever needs defense or HP. Agility, although it does give us good stats, that being crit rate and crit damage, we don't need any from here. We have so many other sources that do provide us these two stats here, but when it comes to attack, cooldown reduction, and precision, these stats are hard to get, so these are our main focus. But why do I go 200 intelligence? The reason is this right here. We have a brand new blessing stone, that being Intuit, which does surprisingly give us more attack than we would have gotten if we put those 190 stats into strength. Yes, that's right. You can see here, we get 1,200 attack, and this stat also does scale with all our attack bonuses, making this one of the most meta blessing stones we've had in a very long time. So make sure you do try to pull for this stone here. Not easy. It took me a while, but I finally got it. But that is the meta stat loadout if you're doing very late game content, getting your perception stat up, and also this does consider whether or not you have multiple A5 weapons equipped, giving you a precision bonus. As you can see, my precision stat is at the 82% mark at the base because I'm running A5 weapons. A5 is when the precision bonuses stop, as you can see right here, 4,000 precision. The same for this weapon here. This is A10, this is A5, the same bonus being applied. And also, as you can see right over here with my gems, I do have precision gems equipped. Very important. These gems here are amazing for making sure your min damage and your max damage come as close as they can together, making sure your damage output is consistent. But when you're starting out, that's not really required. I would say going crit damage is better, just because for tier 3, tier 2, and tier 1 gems, it does give you pretty good power when you are starting out. That can help you out more than getting the precision bonus in, but up to you. They both work out so well, but when it comes to stats, of course, you do want that precision. As we jump back into here, that is the best loadout, like I was saying, for let's say the Workshop of Brilliant Light. For higher leveled monsters like Proof of the Strong, that being this game mode right here, so you understand if you're new to the game. If we jump into, let's say, an Encore Mission or Instance Dungeon, going here, tier 21, Proof of the Strong, where the enemy levels are very high. The same goes for the Workshop, the enemy levels are very high as well, but when it comes to Guild Boss Battle and Power of Destruction, the stats I just showed you, even though they're late game stats, they are not the meta. Yes, that's right, absolutely not the meta. If you're wondering what the meta is for Guild Boss and Power of Destruction, these are the stats you should be running. You should go around the 50 to 60 mark when it comes to your perception stat. That way, your precision stat isn't too high because the Guild Boss and Power of Destruction don't require a very high precision amount. Because the mob levels aren't too high, meaning this stat can be lower. unlike the game modes I mentioned before. And when it comes to your intelligence, although you're still running into it, you do want a much, and I mean a much higher intelligence amount because of this right here, cooldown reduction. You want to be able to spam your skills as often as possible, so around the 340 mark is honestly amazing. But again, agility and vitality, you don't want any stats in those. They're just not good stats. I know, they look appealing, but they're truly not, trust me. So this stat loadout right here is amazing for POD, that means Power of Destruction, and the Guild Boss Battle. These are the ideal stat loadouts, but when it comes to new players, or even early game players, mid game players, you don't have to worry too much because you don't have a lot of, I guess, the prerequisites when it comes to Blessing Zones, when it comes to skills you need, so you might just rely on raw damage. So that's why, if you're a new player, literally just starting out, don't worry too much, just go all attack all the time, and you can slip in some perception stats, that way your damage output isn't too low. When it comes to that range, again, just to explain it, your precision stat allows your minimum damage to be as close as your maximum damage as possible. If I actually go right here, it does explain it, boom, right here, precision, adjust the minimum amount of damage when attacking, and that's why you don't have to worry too much, just go all strength all the time, get that attack value up, and try to get this number here to, let's say, again, just get it to 120, 125, 130, it won't hurt. Don't forget, you can always reset your stats, and you will be doing it quite often as you keep playing the game because of the multiple game modes we do have to optimize for. So again, different stats when you're starting out in the early and mid game, different stats for late game monsters, and different stats when it comes to the Guild Boss Battle and Power of Destruction. So hopefully that did explain everything for you. I know it was a lot to take in. Now also, I do want to note, if you're someone who's in that mid-game level where you don't have Intuit, but you still want to maximize your damage, honestly speaking, depending on whether or not you have A5 weapons or whether you have enough gems when it comes to precision gems, you should go a higher perception amount. That way, you're getting more out of your damage, but I do want to mention your combat power does go down because the attack stat does give you more, so let me show you. For example, let's go the mid-game stat loadout, which can be anywhere from the 200 perception amount and the rest all the way into strength, for example. Boom, boom, boom. Let's pump up our stat here. And let me confirm and watch our power. It's now at the 350,000 mark. And if we quickly jump in, taking a look at the precision stat, you can see here, we're at the 99% mark, probably way too over considering my count stats. But remember, 350,000 power. If we reset this, and let's say we pump it all into attack, and let's say we only put in 100 bonus stats into perception, let's see, what will our power difference be? In this case, we jumped all the way to 352,000 power, so not a huge difference, but our precision stat did drop by a major amount, meaning our minimum damage will be less, but our power and max damage will be higher, but still, the difference is there based on testing other people have done. Getting your precision stat up will result in more damage being done over time because your damage is way more consistent. But if you like the gamble, it's on you. You can keep the stat lower, but your damage will be just slightly less consistent than it otherwise would be. But if you're just wondering what general stat Zaff uses, boom, right here, I go 120 for my precision stat. I go all the way up in my strength and intelligence, getting it all the way to 200, boom. And the rest goes all the way in here, giving us this stat loadout here. Confirm, this is what I run on a daily basis unless I'm doing POD or the Guild Boss Battle. That way, my damage output is consistent, and that being consistently high. So, hope you enjoyed. Make sure, get those precision gems in, at least 4. That is ideal. You can use more, of course. Some people do love the precision stat, getting it all the way to 99%. It does make sense. It does allow for your minimum damage to be as high as possible, ensuring your damage is always consistent. But if you're a gambling degenerate like myself, I don't mind a little bit of a gamble where my precision stat isn't as high as possible. That way, I rely on pure RNG, making sure all my damage numbers are high. But that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I want to give you as much information as I could as fast as possible, so sorry if I spoke just a bit fast. I don't want to draw out these videos too long, so if you enjoyed, drop a like, make sure to subscribe. That way, I do know you want more content like this, and absolutely do not forget to support us. That way, I can send you a bunch of juicy free codes sent to your My Page section up top. You wait about a day, and you'll get all those benefits. But that's it. That's all for you today. This is your Code King Zaff, signing out.